Hey everybody, I decided to do another video. This is going to be the opening day game replay for History Maker Baseball. It is going to be replaying opening day, Yankee Stadium, 2015 current season. The Toronto Blue Jays at the New York Yankees. The rosters have changed since opening day, but we've got the opening day players where they were on opening day to keep it accurate. It's an as-played replay. So, without further ado, the starting lineups for today's game. Leading off for the Blue Jays, although he is now in Colorado, shortstop Jose Reyes. Batting second and catching, Russell Martin. Batting third and playing right field, Jose Bautista. Batting cleanup, first baseman, Edwin Encarnacion. Batting fifth, and he's having a MVP type year, Josh Donaldson. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, backup catcher Diano Navarro. Batting seventh and playing left field, Chris Calabello. Batting eighth, center fielder Kevin Pillar. And batting ninth, second baseman Devin Travis. Now, I do have one caveat on this as-played lineup. I did not cut out Dalton Pompey. I'm not sure if he has a card in History Maker Baseball. It would have to be on the extras if he did. So what I had to do was augment this lineup by inserting Chris Calabello into left field and moving the original left fielder Kevin Pillar to center field. But other than that, the lineup is intact as it was played on opening day. Starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays is Drew Hutchinson. Now the starting lineups for the New York Yankees. Leading off in center field is Jacoby Ellsbury. Batting second and playing left field, Brett Gardner. Batting third, the right fielder, Carlos Beltran. At first base, Mark Teixeira hitting cleanup. Batting fifth and catching, Brian Mccann. Hitting sixth, playing third base, Chase Headley. Batting seventh, A-Rod, the designated hitter, Alex Rodriguez. Batting eighth, playing second base, Stephen Drew. And batting ninth at shortstop, Didi Gregorius. The pitcher for the Yankees in the opening day is Masahiro Tanaka. And let's look at the umpires for today's game, as they were on opening day. The home plate umpire is Fieldin Colbreth. At first base, Jim Reynolds. At second base, Jerry Meals. And at third base, Paul Schreiber. And we see the bullpen for the Yankees as well as the bench, and the Toronto bullpen and their bench. I have designated the hot and cold players for this game. For Toronto, Russell Martin is the hot player, and Edwin Encarnacion is the cold player. And for the Yankees, Carlos Beltran is the hot player, and Brian Mccann is the cold player. Got our playbook all set up, ready to go on the main page. We see we're at beautiful Yankee Stadium, and again, I like to give out props to where props is due, or where credit is due, and that is to Al Wilson for making available these stadiums for download to add a little flair to the game. Not that there's anything wrong with the boards that come with the game, but this, when you have a picture of Yankee Stadium or any stadium that the game's being played in, it just kind of adds a little bit, I think. Of course, we have the stars of the game, which are the dice, particularly the decider die, which can be either blank or the dot. So we're ready to go with those. What I'm going to do for expediency purposes, because I know once you get going on these things, the videos can take forever, is I'm going to, at least for the first inning, I will go ahead and go to the book and show the results as I get them. But as we get further on, what I'm going to do is just read them after the roll. I'll show the roll, but I won't move the camera back and forth to capture the result in the book, I'll just read it verbally, and I think that'll help expedite the process. But to start things off, I will go ahead and get going, and we'll do it by the book. Got our score sheet over here. We got our dice tray here. We got our book here. We've got our starting pitcher, Masahiro Tanaka, on the slab. And stepping into the batter's box is Jose Reyes, the shortstop, leading things off. And Tanaka will make the delivery. And it comes up as a 1-5-5. So in the book 1-5-5, the pitcher spot is blank. So we do not have a pitcher option for 1-5-5. It is asking on the batter side, home run king, but Jose Reyes is a slap hitter. He's not really a home run threat, so that goes by the board. And that means the third result in the fielding column is a fly out to center field. So Jose Reyes, it's a easy fly ball out to Jacoby Ellsbury, one away. And that'll bring up the catcher, Russell Martin. I will say only one downside to the boards that Al Wilson provides, and it's a very minor downside, and it's probably because of user error, not anything else. But I do find that the cards sometimes tend to stick to the board. I think it's just it's probably the quality of and the components and the characteristics of the photo paper that's making that happen. It's not anything Al did, obviously. It's just the way the paper's made. But small price to pay for the aesthetics of having Yankee Stadium. Anyway, here's Russell Martin, second batter up. And we'll see what he does against Tanaka. And the roll is 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Again, the pitcher category is blank. We go over to the batter category. It's asking, is the batter a hero? Russell Martin is not listed as a hero, so we continue. And we get a pop out to second base in red, which means we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat. But pop out to Stephen Drew for out number 2. And now we're going to go to the experience chart. And this will favor the Blue Jays, because coming up next is an icon, Jose Bautista. And he will be squaring off against a semi-prospect in Masahiro Tanaka. We do have manager cards, but not going to use those in the first inning, so we'll go ahead and go with what we can. 2 dice plus the decider. So we'll see what an icon pitcher against a semi-prospect batter will do. And the roll is a 4-6. 4-6 as icon pitcher. So he's not an icon pitcher. If he was, it would say that he sneaks strike 3 past the batter. Otherwise, it's a hard shot to shallow right. Great play by the first baseman to the pitcher for the putout. So either way, it's an out. Instead of a strikeout, it's a nice play made in there by Teixeira. Shuffles off to Tanaka for a 3-1 putout. And at the end of a half an inning, it's the Blue Jays nothing and the Yankees coming to bat. Bottom of the first, Jacoby Ellsbury will be stepping in against Drew Hutchinson. We'll see what Ellsbury can do if he can get anything started for the Yankees. There's the delivery. It is a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 asks, does the pitcher have control? And Drew Hutchinson has semi-control. The decider die says he does have control in this at-bat. So therefore, it's a ground ball back to Hutchinson for out number 1. So Ellsbury is retired on the ground out back to the pitcher. And that will bring up Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner. And Hutchinson delivers. It is a 1-2-3. How about that? 1-2-3. 1-2-3 asks, does the pitcher have both fresh and flash qualities? Well, he's obviously fresh because he's just faced his second batter of the game. If we go up to Drew Hutchinson, he does have the flash quality, so that result does stand. 1-2-3. It's a strikeout. It is a strikeout since he's both flash and fresh. So Brett Gardner down on strikes. Out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran. Delivery. 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Asked, is the pitcher wild? No, Hutchinson actually has semi-control. The next check is on a 3-3-5. It's asking, is the batter a sad sack? Carlos Beltran is a semi-slugger. He's definitely not a sad sack. So the next result says a single to right field, stolen base. However, a stoic runner will hold. And lo and behold, Carlos Beltran is a stoic runner. So he gets the single, but there is no steal. He's stuck on first base. But he at least gets on, and that gives an opportunity to the cleanup hitter, Mark Teixeira, to see if he can't drive him home. So Mark Teixeira is up to face Hutchinson with Beltran at first base. See what Hutchinson can do. The roll is a 1-5-5, and we've had that roll before, obviously. 1-5-5, the pitching category is blank. For the batter, it's asking, is he a home run king? Obviously, Mark Teixeira, with his power, is a home run king. So therefore, it's a home run to center field for Mark Teixeira, a 2-run homer. And as John Sterling would say, it's a text message from Tex. 2-run homer. I'm not a Yankee fan, I just like his announcing. I think it's kind of cool. So anyway, it's a 2-run homer by Mark Teixeira. I digress. And the Yankees take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. And here is Brian Mccann. Brian Mccann. So Beltran getting that 2-out single really helped. And now here's Brian McCann against Hutchinson. And the roll is 1-4-4. 1-4-4 asked, does Hutchinson have the flash quality? And he does have the flash quality, because we remember he was flash and fresh 2 batters ago. So since he has the flash quality, it is a strikeout. So McCann strikes out to end the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left after 1. It's the Yankees 2, Toronto nothing. Okay guys, we're starting the top of the second, and what I've done here is I've moved the book out of the way and brought the playing field and the umpires more into view. And we've got the tray over here and the scorecard. But what I'm going to do for expediency purposes is just refer to the chart and let you know what it says, rather than taking the time to move my phone over there to capture that, just to save some time, because we're already at 13 minutes in this video and it's only the top of the second, so I don't want to go forever. What I'm thinking about doing is playing the first 3 innings and then pausing the video, playing innings 4, 5, and 6, and then coming back and finishing up the last 3. But we'll see how that goes. Jose Bautista leading it off against Tanaka, who's been staked to a 2-0 lead now. And Tanaka's pitch is a 1-2-6. And a 1-2-6 says, is he fresh? Well, yes he is. It's just the second inning. He stays fresh until the 4th inning. So that is a line out to second base. So Encarnacion lines to Drew. I'm sorry, Bautista lines to Drew. 1 away. And now Edwin Encarnacion is coming to the plate. And we'll see what he can do. Tanaka delivers. And it is a 3-3-6. And a 3-3-6. The pitcher spot is blank. The batter spot asks if it's a pinch hitter, which it is not. So therefore, Encarnacion flies out to Jacoby Ellsbury in center field for out number 2. And that'll bring up the very hot Josh Donaldson. He's having an MVP type year, but we didn't know that on opening day. And certainly the Oakland A's didn't know that, or they wouldn't have traded him. So much for Moneyball. All right, here is Tanaka. The pitch is a 2-3-6. 2-3-6. 2-3-6 asks, does the pitcher have double control? And actually, Tanaka does have double control. Look at that. So double control. It's a ground ball out to the pitcher. So there you go. I think that's the first time I played this game where the pitcher actually had double control. I've had that checked many times, but it's the first time I can recall actually being able to use that feature. So that was pretty cool. So that's the end of the top of the second. The Blue Jays go down in order, and now we're ready to start the bottom of the second. Chase Headley is up. He will be facing Drew Hutchison. And the roll is 4-5-6. 4-5-6. Pitcher check is blank. Batter check is asking, is he patient? And Headley is actually a semi-eager. So that ends that. And so he flies out to center. He flies out to center. One away. The result is in purple, so we will go to the team chemistry chart now. Both teams are neutral here on opening day. I did not do any kind of a check like that. I decided to call them both neutral for today's game. So we will see what happens. And up is A-Rod, facing his first at bat of 2015, facing Hutchinson. And of course, rolling off the chemistry chart. So that's kind of interesting to have A-Rod batting on a team chemistry roll. Very ironic. So let's see what happens here. We get a 1-2. 1-2 says batting team dissonance. No, they're not dissident. If they were, it'd be a called third strike. Otherwise, it's fence. So now we're going to the fence chart for potential long bomb by Rodriguez. And on the fence chart, he is listed as a home run king. So anything other than a number 1 is a home run. 2 through 6 is a home run. Only one that's a fly out is a number 1. So we'll roll one die and see what happens. It is a 3. So A-Rod hits it high, hits it deep, hits it far, hits it out of here. It's a home run for A-Rod. Roid induced, maybe. Although he's supposed to be clean now. We'll see. But he's out of there based on the team chemistry chart. By the team not being dissident, he got that extra boost. So Yankees now lead 3-0. And now that'll bring up Stephen Drew. Stephen Drew. The roll is 2-2-5. 2-2-5. And the check is Hutchison a star? No, he's not. I'm sorry, I was looking at 2-5-5. 2-2-5, star, correct, okay. He is not. Slugger or sad sack for Stephen Drew. He's a semi-sad sack, but the side or die is blank, so he's not a sad sack. Therefore, he singles to center field. Active runner would steal second, but Drew is stoic, so he stays at first. But with one out, he gets aboard on a base hit, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Didi Gregorius. Didi Gregorius. He is a semi-scrapper and semi-eager. So we'll see what Hutchinson can do. And Hutchinson rolls a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 asks, does Hutchinson have control? He has semi-control. Decider die says he has control. Therefore, it is a ground ball back to the pitcher. And when the lead die is a 2, that is a fielder's choice. It's not a double play. So Gregorius reaches first base on the fielder's choice. Drew is out 1-6 for the second out. And now Gregorius is at first base with 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the order. And Jacoby Ellsbury rounded it back to Hutchinson his first time up. Here is Ellsbury. 2-2-5. 2-2-5. Ask. It's the exact same roll. How about that? 2 times in a row. Well, we know he's not a star. Jacoby Ellsbury is not a slugger or a sad sack. Therefore, he singles to center. And on a single to center, with a lead die of 2, runners only advance 1 base. It did say that an active player would steal, but Jacoby Ellsbury is semi-active, and the side or die is blank, not to mention the fact that Gregorius is in front of him. So it's just merely a single for Ellsbury. Gregorius moves to second. Runners at first and second. And now we've got Brett Gardner coming up. For those who play this game, I'm not sure how many times you guys have rolled back-to-back the same thing. It's happened to me a few times. Maybe I should go to Vegas or something, but oh well, that's the way the dice come out. So now here's Brett Gardner, 2 on, 2 out. And this roll is a 1-5-6. So there's a different roll. 1-5-6, pitcher check is blank. Batter check asks if he's a whiffer, and he's a semi-whiffer. And decider die says he is a whiffer, so he strikes out to end the inning. So Gardner out on strikes. But the Yankees strike for a run on the home run by Alex Rodriguez. And at the end of 2, it's the Yankees 3, the Blue Jays nothing. Okay, we're back. I went ahead and played innings 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lots of things happened in those innings. Good for Toronto, not so good for the Yankees. Toronto picked up 2 runs in the 4th. Reyes led off the 4th with a single, stole second. He was driven in on a double by Russell Martin. 2 batters later with 2 outs, Josh Donaldson singled in Martin to cut the lead to 3-2 after 4 innings. Top of the 5th, with 1 out, Kevin Pillar singled. Devin Travis tripled off of a roll that took us to the micro chart fence. So his triple tied the score, and then Jose Reyes singled him in to give the Blue Jays a 4-3 lead, and that's where we stand right now after 6 complete innings. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Yankees 3. Yankees have made a pitching change. Adam Warren has now come in for Tanaka. Tanaka went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits and 4 runs, all earned. He walked 1, struck out 2. So bottom of the order, or near the bottom of the order for the Blue Jays, Kevin Pillar, Devin Travis, and Jose Reyes are due up to face the new pitcher Adam Warren. So we'll see what Warren has in store. And since he's a new pitcher, he automatically has the ace quality for this at-bat against Kevin Pillar. 3-3-4. And what do you know it? The 3-3-4 chart asks, does the pitcher have the ace or star quality? Well, since it's the first batter he faced coming out of the bullpen, he has the ace quality, and that results as a pop-up to Teixeira for 1 out. So that's where that little niche of the first batter being faced as an ace pitcher really comes into play. And now Warren is back to his normal semi-star self, and he'll be facing second baseman Devin Travis. The roll is a 1-4-5. 1-4-5 says, is Warren a struggler? He is not. The batter column is blank, so it's a ground ball to either first or third base. I'm going to say it's first base since he's a left-handed hitter. So Travis pulls a grounder harmlessly to Teixeira, out number 2. And we go back to the top of the order for Jose Reyes. And Jose Reyes is 2 for 3 in the game with a run scored and a stolen base. So, and an RBI on top of that. So he's had a pretty good game. So let's see what he can do here with 2 outs and the bases empty. He gets a 4-5-6. 4-5-6. Said the pitcher is blank. Batter asks if it's patient. No, he's semi-eager. So therefore he flies out to center field. And that is the 3rd out. That flyout is on the chemistry chart, so when the Yankees come up in the bottom of the 7th, their first at bat will be off the chemistry chart. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. They go down 3 up, 3 down. 7th inning stretch time here at the stadium. It's the Blue Jays 4, the Yankees 3. Okay, we're back from our 7th inning stretch. New pitcher on for the Blue Jays. It'll be left-hander Aaron Loup, as the Yankees will be sending up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Gardner, Beltran, and Teixeira. Gardner's a lefty, the other 2 are switch hitters. Close the book on Drew Hutchinson. He is in line to get the victory if Toronto can hold on. He went 6 innings, gave up 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 2 of the home runs, one to A-Rod and one to Teixeira. And then he walked 2, struck out 7. So he is in line if his bullpen can hold on. But right now it is lefty on lefty matchup. Aaron Loup against Brett Gardner. And again, even though Loup's a workman on his quality chart, in this at bat he is an ace. So let's see what happens. It's a 2-2-3. 2-2-3. And the 2-2-3 result is again, how about that? 2-2-3. Ask if he's in. I'm sorry, 2-2-3. I was wrong. It's 2-3-3. I was looking at 2-3-3. My bad. 2-2-3. Ask if he's wild. I thought it was asking for the ace check again. It was not. But he's not wild. He has actually double control. So that we skipped that one. Slugger or utility. And Gardner's a semi-slugger, but the side or die says no. So we keep going. It's a single to left field, and an active player steals. Gardner is semi-active, but again, the side or die says no, he's not this at bat. So Gardner will single to lead off the bottom of the 7th, but he will not get a steal. So, leadoff hitter for the Yankees on, and now here's Carlos Beltran. And the roll for Beltran is 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Pitcher quality is blank. It asks, is the batter a hero? Beltran is not. It's a pop out to second base. 1 down. Pop out to second base, 1 down. We go to the experience chart since that last result was in red. And now I do realize that I did make a mistake. That happens sometimes on videos. I was supposed to go to the experience chart on the Gardner at bat. Too late now. We just have to live with the result as it was. I'm not going to go back and change it now. But this last at bat, the pop out to second, was off the experience chart. So we're going to go to the experience chart. Mark Teixeira is an icon batter, and Aaron Loup is neutral on experience. So we'll see what happens here. Teixeira rolls a 3-6. 3-6 says prospect pitcher. No, he's not a prospect pitcher. So it's a fly out to left field. So Teixeira flies to left for out number 2. And that'll bring up lefty hitting catcher Brian Mccann. So the Blue Jays trying to get lefty Loup through these lefty batters and switch hitters, making them bat right-handed. And now with 2 outs, here's Brian Mccann. 4-4-6. 4-4-6. And it says star. Aaron Loup is not a star. Sad sack, utility, or patient. Brian Mccann is a semi-utility. Decide or die says he is a utility. Therefore, he takes a called third strike. So, Mccann out on strikes. That does it for the Yankees here in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 8th. Still, Toronto 4, the Yankees 3. Okay, top of the 8th. We have a pitching change for the Yankees. Adam Warren did his job in the 7th. He is replaced now by Dellin Betances to start the 8th. Dellin Betances is an ace, but in this at bat, he is going to be a double ace. And his first batter faced Russell Martin. And in a freaky circumstance that I've never had happen before in the middle of a game, my pen I was using to keep score with ran out of ink. So I had to go get another pen. So I guess this is truly a bull pen. So that is going to take over and help me finish out this game. Because the other one just simply ran out of gas, ran out of ink. All right, Dellin Betances, Russell Martin. Betances is an ace this at bat. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Toronto. First pitch is a 1-3-5. How about that? The unusual chart play that everyone, or at least I find interesting. And the key is what color is the number 1? It is black. When the number 1 is black, we go to ballpark qualities. So, Yankee Stadium. Right-handed hitter, which is Russell Martin, it plays normal. It would be semi-small if it was a lefty, but it's going to play normal. So, Russell Martin, Yankee Stadium, right-hander, playing normal. And the result is a 1-4. And on the ballpark chart, the 1-4 asks, is it a small ballpark? It is not. If it was, fan of the bleachers celebrate catch of home run ball. In other parks, the outfielder makes a routine grab, a fly out. So that is a fly out to right field. Since it did not give me the outfield, I'm going to call it right field, just for the heck of it. Not that it really matters. It is an out, 1 away. And that'll bring up Jose Bautista. And now Betances is back to just being an ace, not a double ace. So Bautista steps up against Betances. And we get a 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Asks if Betances is a struggler. He is not. The batting column is blank, so it's a ground out to third base. Ground ball to Headley. Chase Headley throws him out. 2 down. And now with 2 outs and the base is empty, it'll be Edwin Encarnacion stepping up. Encarnacion. 3-4-6. 3-4-6. The pitching column is blank. It asks, is the batter have an eager quality? And Encarnacion does not. He's actually semi-patient. So therefore, he draws a walk. It does say an active runner steals, but Encarnacion is semi-stoic. So it is a walk with 2 outs. And the result was in purple, so we go to the chemistry chart for the next batter, Josh Donaldson. Both teams, again, are neutral as far as chemistry goes. So let's see what Donaldson can do on the chemistry chart. 4-6. Chemistry, 4-6. Pitching team dissonance. Nope, he's not dissonant, so it wasn't a walk. It's a line out to third base. And that will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left via the walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Toronto 4, Yankees 3. Okay, bottom of the 8th, new pitcher on for the Jays. It'll be right-hander Steve Delabar, as the Yankees will have Chase Headley leading off, switch hitter, but then Alex Rodriguez is due up next. So we'll see what Delabar can do. He is, of course, an ace on this first at bat, as he's newly entered into the game. Aaron Loup pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1, no runs, and so his day is done, and Delabar is in. And the first roll for Delabar is a 1-2-6. 1-2-6 for Delabar, and the 1-2-6 result. Ask, is he fresh? Well, it's his first batter of the game, so he's obviously fresh. So it is a line out by Headley to Devin Travis at second. 1 away quickly. And now here is the bat of the game. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, is 3 for 3 in this game, including that home run back in the 2nd inning. So 3 for 3. He's trying to go 4 for 4. And Delabar will deliver. It is a 4-6-6. A 4-6-6. Ask, is Delabar wild? He is not. Home run king or slugger? And Rodriguez is a home run king, which means he strikes out. So A-Rod pulls the whiff. 2 down. 2 down. Base is empty for Stephen Drew. Although we might see, I wonder if we could see a pinch hitter. No, we're gonna stick with Stephen Drew here. Stephen Drew, if you can get on. 2-6-6. 2-6-6. Run on first thrown out. No, there's nobody on base to get thrown out. Leadoff batter. No, he's not. It's a fly out to right. So Drew flies out to right. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 9th. It's Toronto 4, Yankees 3. Okay, top of the 9th. New pitcher on for the Yankees, lefty Andrew Miller. He is a semi-ace. For this first at bat, he will be an ace and a half. For Bautista, he pitched the 8th inning, 1 inning, no runs, no hits. He did walk 1, but that was it. So we start the 9th with Gianno Navarro, designated hitter, to lead things off against Andrew Miller. He is an ace and a half at this at bat. And here's the roll. 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Pitcher column is blank. Ask, is Navarro a hero? He is not. Therefore, he pops out to second base to Stephen Drew for out number 1. The result is in red, so we will go to the player experience chart for this next at bat. Andrew Miller is an icon. Chris Colabello is a semi-prospect. We'll see what happens. And I did not pull out the manager cards for this game. I'm just going to go ahead and play it as is and play it straight up. Not do any of those changes, and let it roll as is. So we shall see what happens here with Colabello against Miller on the experience chart. 4-4. 4-4. Umpire calls timeout to examine. Discard ball. When play resumed, batter takes ball 4. So how about that? Colabello draws a walk with 1 out in the 9th. Despite the fact that he was out-iconed by Miller, the result is a walk. So Field and Culbreth wanted to look at that ball, and the next thing you know, it's a ball 4. So Kevin Pillar steps up. 1 on, 1 out. And see what he will do against Andrew Miller. Roll is a 1-2-5. Struggler. Is Andrew Miller a struggler? No, he's not, obviously. He's a semi-ace. Patient. Is Pillar patient? No, he's actually eager. So the last result is a ground out to third base. Ground out to third base. And with a lead die of a 1, that is a double play. So it's a 5-4-3 around the horn double play to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the 9th. One last chance for the Bronx Bombers. It is the Blue Jays 4, the Yankees 3. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the 9th. A couple of changes. Brett Cecil has taken over for the Blue Jays to try to close the door, close this game out. Steve Delabar pitched his 1 inning very effectively. 3 up, 3 down for him. Nothing across. He got a strikeout. And Brett Cecil is in to try to seal the deal. He is going to be, of course, an ace on this first bat. Scheduled hitter to lead off the bottom of the 9th is Didi Gregorius, but with a light-hitting, left-handed hitting shortstop, facing a tough lefty, Joe Girardi has gone to this bench and pulled out right-handed hitting Chris Young. So Chris Young will pinch hit against Brett Cecil to see if he can get anything going here in the bottom of the 9th. The roll is a 3-4-6. 3-4-6. And it asks, the pitcher is blank. It asks, is the batter eager? Chris Young is semi-eager. The side die says he's not eager. So we skip that result. And it's a base on balls. Active steals, but Young is not active. So he just gets a base on balls to start off the inning. Here in the bottom of the 9th, and we go to the chemistry chart, team chemistry chart for the next at bat. And of course, again, both teams are neutral. So we are going to see what happens here with Ellsbury, considering a bunt here, but the Yankees going to see if they can try to win it. We really don't want extra innings here. So let's see what Ellsbury can do on this chemistry chart. The roll is a 2-5. 2-5. Pitching team dissidents. Nope, they're not dissident. They are neutral. If they were, it would be lack of hustle. Modestly hit ball drops for single. Otherwise, the fly to right. So Ellsbury flies to Bautista in right field for out number 1. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Brett Gardner. Yankees down to the last 2 outs. But we'll see what Brett Gardner can do. He struck out his first 2 times up, but then he singled his last 2 times. So we'll see what he can do against Brett Cecil with Young at first base. And the pitch is a 1-4-6. 1-4-6. Asks, does Cecil have the flash quality? Which he does. He does have the flash quality. So therefore it is a strikeout. So Gardner out on strikes for out number 2. And now the Yankees are down to their last at bat. Last chance. Carlos Beltran. Last chance. Beltran against Cecil. Beltran batting from the right side. Switch hitter, having to flip around, bat right-handed. And the pitch. 2-2-2. All 2s. The pitcher column is blank. It asks, is the is the batter a sad sack, which he is not. It is now, therefore, a double to center field with a lot of stars behind it. So let's see what that reflects. Home run king hits home run. He is not a home run king, so it is a double. And with a lead die of 2, when a batter hits a double, let's check the runner advancement here. 2 bases on a double, but an active runner scores from first on doubles. Let's see, does it say anything about 2 outs? It does not say anything about there being 2 outs and the runner scoring with that. Let's see about Chris Young. I think he is not active. I think he's neutral. And Chris Young is neutral. So according to what I'm reading, and maybe I'm wrong, and somebody can correct me on this, I don't see anything about with 2 outs the runner scoring. It just says that a double he runs 2 bases. So therefore, that's what I'm going to mark it. Beltran with a double moves Chris Young to third base with 2 outs, runners at second and third, and Mark Teixeira at the plate. Mark Teixeira with a chance to be the hero here against Brett Cecil. Batting from the right side. Base hit may win the game. Let's see what happens. The pitch. 2-3-6. 2-3-6. Double control. Brett Cecil does not have double control. He's a semi-control. So that doesn't check. Pitcher batting, no. Base on ball. So Teixeira draws a walk, and that loads the bases for Brian Mccann. Lefty on lefty matchup. But the Yankees don't have anybody on the bench to pinch hit for him other than the backup catcher, J.R. Murphy. And they do have Garrett Jones, but he's also left-handed. So they're going to stick with Brian Mccann against the lefty here. Bases loaded. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. 4-3 Toronto. Last chance for the Yankees. Mccann against Cecil. The pitch, 3-5-6. 3-5-6. Are they the same? Are you kidding me? The same. It's a strikeout. Ball game is over. Ball game is over. Had I done J.R. Murphy, J.R. Murphy would have singled down the third baseline. The game may very well have been over. But didn't do it. Stuck with the veteran Mccann. But since he was left-handed and faced the left-handed pitching Cecil, he is out on strikes to end the ball game. Blue Jays hang on to win, nail-biting fashion, by the score of 4-3. And my inner Joe Girardi has plenty of room for second-guessing now for not pinch hitting with J.R. Murphy. But Brian Mccann, in my opinion, was a much better hitter. History Maker Baseball does not do a lot with the splits, but I tell you what, they come up at some interesting times to make it interesting, and make it effective. So that's my take there on this 2015 card set that just came out. I encourage everyone to get it. I think it's really interesting to have a set when the season's still going on, that you can either pick up and play a game from today, or you can hold it for the playoffs or start all over again. Pretty much anything you want to do. And all the umpires, of course, will be there with it, although in this game they really had no real effect. And I hope everyone enjoyed this presentation of the 2015 game. Quite an exciting game between the Yankees and Toronto. A little bit lower scoring than what I thought. I thought with Toronto they would put up more numbers, but sometimes that good pitching, especially the bullpen. The Yankee bullpen pitched 3 shutout innings, as did the Toronto bullpen. So after the 5th inning, nobody scored. The last 4 innings were all scoreless, thanks to the bullpens. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night after that, and do some more cutting and corner rounding on other teams so I can get them ready to play. But I did have these 2 ready, so I thought I'd give it a shot, see how it turned out. And ended up being a very interesting game. Final score again from Yankee Stadium. It's Toronto 4, Yankees 3. Winning pitcher Drew Hutchison, 1-0, obviously, since it's opening day. Loss went to Masahiro Tanaka. He drops to 0-1. Brett Cecil got the save, his first of the year. And the only 2 home runs in the game belong to the Yankees, Mark Teixeira and A-Rod. So again, signing off, final score, Toronto 4, Yankees 3. See everybody down the road.